Hi, Erin Corbett Wright again to introduce the next performance. This spoken word performance was commissioned by the Cultural Alliance for this year's annual meeting. This piece, Jersey Jawn / Skyline in the Rearview, is from Visionary the poet. Visionary is a North Jersey native currently residing in the city of Philadelphia. Her work has graced many platforms, from Rec Philly's very own Live Nation stage to that of Bryn Mawr College, and has been a featured / spotlight artist at GLBL VLLG Poetry Jam. As a law student, educator, and entrepreneur, Visionary brings a versatile perspective to her pieces. It is my pleasure to introduce Visionary, the poet.
When I called my first Uber in Philadelphia, I expected it to pull up with dice in the mirror. And when it didn't, I'd wondered if my career was worth everything that I'd gambled. But I sat in that Uber until I learned to stand in my fear. I remember it was the middle of August. Leaves entangled with needles on the dope-infested corners that made coroners of Cecil jaded. Hope turned lethal, but I saw the way that North Philly sidewalks outlined in chalk still paint mural arts and spring gardens. The way the roots of this city hug everything ever broken on the quest for love. The way that basketball rims lose their nets long after they've trained the new Embiid. The way that for every stolen aspiration in the 19th district, there's a pair of fresh prints. Prints blue enough to ID the rise of the next generation, cause a pain space was the same kind of place where Beanie's bars went Seagull, where Rocky's scenes went regal, where Kobe learned to hit the shot when the clock hit zero, where Wallow got it out the mud and went from cell to hero, which is to say that I've learned to change how I view a place from the passenger seat. We made our way to the heart of Kevin City just in time to notice the way that laughter gathers at the intersection. The way that Philly scrapes the Jersey slang off of my tongue and makes Ursula Rucker poetry of it. The way that Jawn could literally mean anything from a remote controller to the very woman that you're in love with. And somehow, Philly natives always know the difference. It's the way that this city refuses to reduce itself to one definition. It is Philly cheesesteaks and fine dining. It is Tesla charging stations and bike racks. It is potholes angry enough to swallow rush hour traffic, but also forgiving enough to make room for the dirt bikes. It is Mark Lamont Hill lacing his suit in Kendrick Lamar lyrics just before Professor pimping the butterflies of minds into metamorphoses. It's the sun, always managing to rise right over the morning parts just in time to Ben Franklin bridge the pain and the healing. When I arrived in my Uber, the city skyline melted my judgment silent. I dressed my gratitude in 5 stars and, well, I've been a Jersey Jawn ever since.